Okay, next translation. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 12. And here Paul is discussing marriage and divorce. And this is not the full verse, it's just part of the verse. And I'm going to just try starting off here. I need to do remember to do different colors. I need to do the Greek translation. E tis adelphos gunaika eke apiston kai alte sun udake oikein met autu me afieto alte. Okay. Sorry. Okay, back in business, I think. Here we go. How do we translate that? If any brother has wife unbelieving or unbelieving wife, and she agrees or consents, and here's an infinitive, to live with him, let him not divorce her. Let him not leave her or divorce her. Okay, so what can we learn from this passage in terms of the work that we've done this week? Okay, so we have tis. Now, what is that? I translated that any brother. That is the indefinite pronoun, right? So right here, the nominative singular, any brother. So this is singular. He's not saying the brothers. It's any brother. He's singling out not one that he knows in particular, but he's just saying if such is the case, if there is a brother, any brother, if a brother has an unbelieving wife. So we know that we're not dealing with an interrogative. Which brother has an unbelieving wife? That would have a question mark by it. That's not the case at all. We're not dealing with a question mark because we don't have the accent at the beginning, right? Notice the difference between the indefinite pronouns and the interrogative pronouns. We're dealing with the one without the accent mark on it. So we're dealing with the indefinite, not the interrogative. We're not having a question here. It's any brother. If any brother has this unbelieving wife, and she, so notice that's the third person pronoun in the feminine singular, she agrees to live with him, let him not divorce her. Okay, so that only had one pronoun that we've looked at more recently, but you can still see how that gets translated. And let me just say here too, as I look at your translations, here is just a caution. I don't know what's the case. I don't know how you are, how you're actually going about this. Some of these translations look almost exactly like English translations here that we might know. Maybe that's exactly how you translated it. Maybe the English is just in your mind. But and you're not. There's no real way to cheat on this because I've said that you can use your book. You can use whatever you want to try to figure this out. But if I understand it might be possible that you could copy the Greek into the search bar and figure out what passage it is and then just write the English translation. If you're doing that, I'm never going to know that, but you're only hurting yourself. So I'm not saying that anybody is doing that, but just if you do happen to be tempted, or if you do that, please don't do it. I'd rather you just not turn anything in at all. If you just didn't get to it, then you're just wasting your time if you're doing if you're just finding an English translation. I really, really want you to wrestle through this as we go.